Hi, Mason again. It's time to find out exactly what's going to happen in the next Syracuse game. This is No Wrong Answers. Here's Brian.
Thank you, Mason. Oh, Mason hard at work. No wrong answers. We're going to attack Syracuse basketball versus North Carolina and Syracuse lacrosse at Harvard. No wrong answers for Saturday. Both games start at 1. We'll start closer to home in the Dome. So 2.5 weeks ago, Syracuse went to Chapel Hill, went to the Dean Dome, and midway through the second half found themselves trailing by 32 points to North Carolina. They rallied back against North Carolina's bench. Things got a little wonky in the last minute, ended up losing by 10. Covered the spread, though. That came out of nowhere. So since then, in the next game, I don't know if you know from watching the Syracuse-Carolina game that Carolina's next game was at Duke. It never came up. Carolina won that game against Duke in thrilling fashion. Since then, their star freshman, Caleb Wilson, has gotten hurt. He has broken his hand. He will not be playing on Saturday. Since then, their second-best player, in my mind anyway, Henry Visar, the 7-foot massive transfer from Arizona who physically bullied Syracuse inside, missed their game on Tuesday with a combination of lower extremity issues, that's his legs, and the flu. There's been no update as per now of his status for Saturday. He had not resumed practicing as of midweek, so there's a chance anyway that Visar will also not play on Saturday for UNC. Without Wilson and Visar, North Carolina got pummeled by NC State and Quadir Copeland by 24 points on Tuesday. Syracuse, with all of their players, got pummeled by 37 points at Duke on Monday. So neither team is coming into this game on Saturday with a whole lot going for it this week. I don't know what's going to happen in this game for a lot of reasons. I think a lot's going to ride on whether Visar plays or not, because Syracuse could not handle his strength and power and size in the first meeting with North Carolina. It really tied up Donnie Freeman and William Kyle in that game. So him not being there, if that's the case, and Wilson not being there is a big dude himself. Like, if neither of them play, I'd say both Donnie Freeman and William Kyle stock up on Saturday. Donnie Freeman stock up anyway with Caleb Wilson out. If both are out, stock up for both, and maybe you have a little something going. So let's get into it. No wrong answers for Syracuse and Carolina on Saturday. The Orange coming in off one of their worst losses in program history after getting absolutely squashed by Duke on Monday. Let's start with Donnie Freeman. Donnie's games are all kind of starting to resemble each other, right? It's just like, hey, the basket's over there, Donnie. You want to go check it out? He's like, nah, out here's all right. So I think, similar kind of like 15 points for Donnie, but like was he there? 15. We'll give him 6 rebounds as well in the game on Saturday. J.J. Starling was certainly on the struggle bus in the first Carolina game, as was everyone. I think he'll have a better game. It'll be the second to last Dome game in J.J.'s career on Saturday. We'll give him 14, but again, he'll take a lot of shots north of 10 to get to that 14 points on Saturday. Nate Kings. We like Nate Kings. I think Nate Kings has himself a nice game. We'll give Nate 15 points in the ball game on Saturday. Cayenne Anthony. I don't know. I don't even know with Cayenne anymore. 6 points for Cayenne Anthony in the game. I never know with Nate George. Never, ever know with Nate George. 8 points, 7 assists, 6 turnovers. I just like saying a lot of numbers when it comes to Nate George. On the front line, William Kyle could be a key to this game, and whether he's got a battle with the incredible size and mass of Visar will certainly be a key to this game. It sounds like even if Visar plays, he may be somewhat limited, so that's an increase for Kyle in the game. We'll go 10 points and 8 rebounds for William Kyle against North Carolina on Saturday. Tyler Betsy. Haven't been talking a lot about Tyler Betsy recently. I think that continues. 1 made 3 for Betsy, finishes with 3 points in the ball game. Sadiq White, I kind of think like in a game like this, maybe the bigs are out and whatever. Like Sadiq could have himself a little game. Sadiq could do a little something. 10 points for Sadiq White. Yeah, why not Sadiq White having himself a nice game on Saturday. So no wrong answers in the Dome Saturday. Man, hard to really lock in on this without knowing the status of Visar. A win on Saturday, at least good vibes for the Orange. No wrong answers. Here's the thing. The vibes are not good for the Orange. No wrong answers. Final score, Dome on Saturday. Carolina 76, Syracuse 72. Close, but no cigar against the Tar Heels. Meanwhile, no wrong answers to the East in Cambridge. So, Syracuse at Harvard on Saturday. The Orange in Lax lost to Harvard regular season last year in overtime, returned the favor, beat them in overtime in the first round of the playoffs last year. Two really, really good games. Syracuse, it appears here through 3 games, has leveled up a bit. That game against Maryland last Friday night was a flat-out fantastic watch. The game to watch, to take in, will be on ESPN Plus on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Joey Spallina, no wrong answers. Man on a mission. Man on a mission. He was fantastic on Friday, 4 goals. I think, Joey, this will be more of a passing game for Joey. More of a passing game. 3 goals, 5 assists for Joey Spallina. Big game Saturday as he bids to win the Tewaaraton first since Mike Lavelle. Elsewhere, I'm still buying stock on Bear Anderson. Another week removed from having the flu. A couple goals for Bear Anderson in the game. Finn Thompson needs to have a little something going on. He hasn't really been producing much. He does stuff, but the actual production hasn't been there. 3 assists in the game for Finn Thompson. He'll be moving the ball around. If all these assists are coming from the attackmen, the goals perhaps need to come from the midfield. Let's give Michael Leo a hat trick. Yeah, these were high-scoring games last year with Harvard. Let's give Michael Leo a hat trick. And how about Wyatt Hoddle? 2 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals. He's had 2 goals in every game so far. No wrong answers, Wyatt Hoddle, 2 goals. It would seem unwise to predict a different number in the ball game on Saturday. John Mullen, yeah, really good. Shortlist best faceoff guy in the country. I think he wins 68% of the faceoffs. No wrong answers on Saturday at Harvard. You look in the goal, Syracuse has been playing well there as well. Well on defense. I think the defense is solid enough against a Harvard team that does like to put some goals up on the board when they can. So no wrong answers. Syracuse and Harvard. The Orange they're playing their first game as the number 1 team in the country since, I believe it's 2017. They got up to the number 1 ranking in 2020, and the season was promptly canceled for COVID. I don't think Syracuse has played a game as the number 1 team in the country since Sergio Salcido's senior year in 2017. I believe that to be accurate. So this is going to be the first time in 8 years the Orange have played a lacrosse game as the number 1 team in the country, and Syracuse has worked really, really hard and really, really long to get back to the top of the pile. They're not letting it go after 1 week. They're not letting it go after 1 week. Outside, maybe a little chilly. The elements can get to you, but no wrong answers. The Orange first game is number 1 in a long, long time. Final score, Syracuse 15 and Harvard 12 on Saturday in Cambridge. Remember, after the basketball game, we're going to immediately launch into our post-game show. We'll hear live from Red. We'll take your calls. We'll get in the chat. We'll do all of that right here live on YouTube. And we'll see how it's going. The Lax game will probably end slightly after Hoops. We'll keep an eye on the end of the Lax game. And we'll work in a little Lax conversation as well during our post-game time together on Saturday. So there's the plan. Around about 3 o'clock on Saturday, we shall all reconvene right here to talk about basketball and Lax. And that is a little no wrong answers for you